Togosani, greetings. So I wanted to come here to speak about the full moon energies. I haven't been posting anything on the exact moment of the full moon, but there's a specific alignment that is taking place today on the 14th of August that is actually carrying and amplifying the energy of the actual full moon. So we just passed, in summary, a full moon in the sign of Aquarius. So the sun was placed in the sign of Leo and is still in the sign of Leo, and the moon journeyed all the way across to the sign of Aquarius. So we are in the process of completion and receiving clarity around the themes that we were planting, the intention that we planted on the new moon in Leo. During this full moon, we have been going through, actually a week before, and we are still going through it right now, but it was like at the peak on the moment of the full moon. We were going through what we call a grand square, and a grand square is when 4 planets are at 4 cardinal points, and they're all creating these 90 degrees angles that are creating tension, creative forces pushing us through maybe tense experiences or difficult experiences to grow and evolve out of something that has done its time and is now needs to come to an end. And the more we try to hold on to it, especially this grand square activated by the full moon and the nodes of destiny, the north and the south node, have been taking place in fixed sign: Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. The fixed energy is very fixed in their ideas and ways and foundation, and we are now asked to transform completely all of our foundation. Whatever we believe was holding us, we need to let it go in order to allow something new to be created, fresh new foundations to be created and take place within our being and around us in our life to sustain the path that the soul wants to take on from now on. And it may be completely different than what you thought it would be. So the change can be subtle or it can be huge, and life changing, life altering. It depends on people's story, where those energies fall in your own chart. So that full moon was about, the basic of Aquarius and Leo, which is the expression Leo, self-creative expression, the self, the I, the ego, and how to lift up that aspect of ourselves and elevate it in a way where the Aquarius archetype can help us be at service to life in our own unique way. So this is not about self-sacrificing, it's about celebrating the self, the beauty, the brilliance that is within us, and elevating it so we can be at service, so we can know what our great work is. So that's one of the main questions: what is your great work in this life? Because that's part of what has been activated during this moon, this lunation, and what you need to enter into deep reflection about. And then it's falling into different houses in your own birth chart, and this is specifying what the theme is for you. But in general, everybody is going through some kind of inner change realizations. All of this took place within the what we call the Lion Gates portal, which is the time where the Earth is in perfect alignment with the Sun and Sirius. Sirius is a fixed star, so it's not moving from the perspective of the Earth. But once a year, the Sun, the Moon, and Sirius get in alignment. And why it's important is because Sirius is what we call our spiritual sun. So it's always infusing our sun with lights, codes, upgrades, messages, energies that are diffused through the sun throughout the entire solar system. And then obviously it arrive and anchor on the Earth. In most of the ancient civilizations, Sirius has been revered. It has been the celestial aspect of Isis, called Nephthys for the Egyptian. But it was also, people were also connected to Sirius in the Mayan world, in South America. I don't know really much about Asia and their connection to the stars, but I'm pretty sure they also noticed that star, because everybody in other parts of Africa as well recognize that these stars is linked with our spiritual evolution, and the energies, the consciousness in Sirius has always been involved with human evolution. We're connected with that planet and with the beings on that planet. And so you can see Sirius is actually 2 stars. It's A and B. We cannot see it with the eye, the naked eye, but ancient people in the West African tribes, they knew about it, that there was two stars. They knew about beings that came from those stars. We discovered it way later with our science that it was actually true. And so Sirius B is always turning around Sirius A, and it's generating a really big amount of energy and light. And this light is what is being diffused to the sun. And this is even, you know, for the scientific Western mind, it is something that you can calculate, that has been scientifically proven, if you want. So we can maybe scientifically prove something or measure something, but spiritually, that's the most important, is to attune to and align to the spiritual rays and gifts that come from Sirius. So during this full moon, so many things happen. We receive this like spiritual upgrades, that is here once a year this portal open up to help us to continue our evolution as humanity. And at the same time, we're at this crossroad of destiny. And now why is today important, the 14th of August, is because today the sun is exactly opposite Saturn, which it was part of the grand square and is in the sign of Aquarius where the full moon took place. So that's really an important moment where we are called to dissolve all contracts that no longer serve us. Spiritual contracts, physical contracts on this earth plane. So throughout all dimension, because Saturn is retrograding, so it's amplifying this energy. And we can make and create new contracts with life that are supporting our evolution, our creative expression, and our service to life, the fulfillment of that great work. And that is also helping us letting go of the past and the traumas and all the ancestral karma that we carry along and we attach to it, like, it's my story, I will not let it go. So we also are called to let that go, to dissolve those contracts we made with all the different energies that create and generate lower vibrational emotions and traumas and pain and suffering. It's not to dismiss it, it's important to go through the healing of those aspects, but now we are contracting something new with life, so we can actually move on, because we have been in the South Node in Scorpio, cleansing and purging for months already, those things, and we had many portals in the past years. I would say the past 5 years, so many big important moments happen in Scorpio. So at some point we do need to let go of the past, and that's the invitation of now, or shift it, transform it, you know, from the present here, which is about going into Taurus, the body, the earth, the present moment, cultivating peace, generating a sense of peace and calmness, no matter what, and letting go also of all the earthly attachment, health habit, relationship habit, values that don't serve us, so we can reinvent ourselves. The North Node in Taurus is about coming back to Mother Earth within our body and within the planet, and how can we start to live harmoniously with the planet. All these energies need to be integrated together. I hope that it makes sense. There's really a lot to say. I just wanted to point out that today really our ego is being faced, our conscious awareness is being faced with the lessons of Saturn that we are supposed to integrate to this point, and we receive clarity about those themes in whatever way it came to you, you know, during the full moon. And now is such an important point to be aware of in order to continue your journey. So it's a beautiful opportunity to learn, integrate the lessons, the teachings of Saturn, of life, recreate new foundation, really observe what you need to let go of, and dissolve those contracts that you made consciously and unconsciously that prevent you to live within your higher self, to live a life of beauty, of abundance, of creation, of creative expression, and of purpose, a purpose that is serving humanity and the collective, because we're all going there together, not individually. How can Leo shine without the community holding space around Leo? And if there's no Leo, what's the point of having a community if nobody can feel the self-expression that, you know, God has gifted us?